Hello, selectors, and welcome to the Life Burst Podcast. We're going over the conflated Diva centers and some deck builds that you can do. Next one we're going to be talking about is Guzuko, Worthless Queen of Triumph. Let's talk about the actual card first. We have a level 3 center black card that has coins. This is one of the ones that gets 2 coins at the level 3 state, and it gets 3 coins at level 0, which is usually better than, the alternatives, so worth its props there. Guzuko has a couple things going for it. The first thing is its enter abilities. You look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you put 1 card from among them into your trash, and then you put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. This is probably its least relevant ability right now. There may be a combo deck in the future where this is really, it's really important to put something in your trash, and then it says, something like, oh, well, this is in the trash, it does this effect or something. But right now, we don't really have any of those in the format, so this is probably the less of its strength. It lets you toolbox a little bit, but not like an extreme amount. So it's a pretty okay one. Its real reason that you'd want to run it is its 2 action abilities. So the first action ability is, once per turn, you can spend black and colorless. If you do, put target Signy from your trash into your field. It could be any Signy, any power, any level, any of those things. It can even be a guard if you really wanted it to be. The once a game action ability is when a Signy enters the field by an effect this turn. Okay, and to be clear here, does not need to be just from your trash. It could be from anywhere. It could be from the enter. It could be from your hand. As long as an effect is pulling it out from your hand, right? It could be from the trash to the field. It could be a bunch of different things like that. As long as an effect is doing it, target Signy on your opponent's field gets negative 8,000 until end of turn. And this, you can trigger this multiple times, but only once per game can you do this, turning on this ability. Which makes Guzuko an interesting one. So Guzuko can be used as sort of a combo enabler or an aggro deck because of these two. The first one that I want to highlight is actually from one of the selectors called Extreme Bystander. I know he does a lot of stuff with Guzuko in general. And this is basically just an aggro deck, right? You're using various things, you're using Sakura and Hanyo to just open up lanes. Sakura also enter charges you a little bit, which helps with the Guzuko ability. Mel Revise to get some more enter, because again, Guzuko needs a lot of enter for its ability. And then Mel Invisible, which is quite strong. Xenocluster Energy Door. I've seen this also use things like Burning Curiosity, or Energy Door might be Miasma Labyrinth. There's a bunch of different versions that kind of punch in damage. From then on, you'll just see sort of more cards that deal damage, right? So this one is got Ramel, it's got Lancelot, Phalaris to punch in more damage. Guzuko, the actual Signy, can do some extra damage. Nanashi becomes really good because you can use the coins to vanish something and then do more vanishing effects. There's just a lot there's a flat throw in here, for example, Yuzuki, that helps put more damage in there. There's just a lot of different ways to deal extra damage, and that is one of the ways that you could build Guzuko. If you want to, you could build Guzuko similar to the way that X is built in DXM, or Deus, I guess, in DXM, where you use your trash as a way to sort of have silver bullets in your deck and you pull them out as needed. This can be a variety of ways, right? You could use the Terra Beast package. You could use various things that, from that when you pull them back out of your trash, you can put them on the field, and then when they attack, they enter burn or anything like that. So there's a lot of different. Lalaru, for example, becomes really resistant to the opponent's effects. There's a lot of different ways that you could build an aggro deck, but if you just think generally speaking, the stereotypical red-black sort of aggro silver bullets train, you're probably going to hit somewhere along the lines of what you want to do. Probably want your third color to be green, just because you probably need a little bit of energy pump in order to get this sync going, right? This is an enter sync. But I've built a different deck here. I built kind of a wacky version of Guzuko, and I wanted to lean more into the combo side of things. I could have done the aggro deck, and I actually genuinely think the aggro deck is probably just as fine, if not a little better than fine. But what I really wanted to do was lean into its combo potential, just explore a new route of it that I think might be a little underexplored. So Guzuko has two things going for it that this little known combo in Wixoss has that would want, right? The first thing is the basically searching for a very specific card and putting it into your trash. This combo deck can utilize that pretty well. The second thing is putting a target Signy from your trash to your field. It needs a very specific Signy in the field in order to function. And then the third ability is there's actually going to be quite a lot of bit of things jumping into your trash, jumping out of your trash by effects, which means that this once a game when you're initiating the combo actually does quite a bit of damage as well to Signy on the field. So let's go ahead and look at what that combo is. So the combo is that you need to basically have Paimon out. And Paimon's ability allows you to, when this attacks, you can give target Signy on your opponent's field negative 5,000 power till end of turn, but you have to put a Signy from your field to to the trash. The Signy that you're going to want to trash is going to be a black Signy here, Kawasaki, which is a level 3 black Signy that has the following ability. The most relevant thing here is that when its auto abilities, when this is put into the trash by a cost or effect, you can pay colorless. If you do, put target level 2 or less black Signy from your trash into your field downed. Which means that, yeah, you can grab some other stuff too, like more Paimons or something, but the main thing that you're going to be trying to grab here is Maria Gundo. This has the ability of when it enters, right, because again, this puts a level 2 or black Signy into your field, but it does not say that the enter effects does not work. So you do get the enter effect here, where you can pay a black, you can put the top 3 cards of your deck into your trash, then take a target 1 level virtual Signy from your trash and put it on the field. That will inevitably take Sister Claire out of the trash and put it on the field. Now, this puts the Signy into the field downed, so this will come into play downed, but its enter effect will kick in. You'll grab Sister Claire. Sister Claire will then up target Signy. That'll up the Mirai, and you'll be able to, or Mirai, probably. This will be able to attack. So in a perfect world, right, you've set this combo up. You go ahead and you attack down an open lane with Kawasaki, right? You get 1 damage in. You attack with Paimon. Paimon triggers, you sacrifice Kawasaki, you give something negative 5,000, you should be able to get in another damage in that lane, hopefully, fingers crossed, right? But if not, again, you have ways that when things trigger, you should be able to then resolve that and get more negative effects happening. So you open up a lane, what ends up happening is this gets trashed, you pull back out Mirai, or whatever it is, Mirai, and then you pull out Sister Claire. This allows for another attack, and then Sister Claire is a 4th attack. So this is one of the few ways you can actually attack multiple times with Signy on the field, and kind of be resilient to various sort of Elrig effects. Now, this combo takes quite a bit of deck space, right? We've got 3 Paimons in the deck, 2 Miris, and we've got the 3 here, as well as 2 Sister Claires. Realistically, if you were going to put this into just your random lay of the mill deck, you'd need 4, 3, 3, 2 to pull this off. That's a lot. By having the effect where you can sort of toolbox a little bit with this enter effect, you actually can reduce that, meaning that you can put better stuff into your deck as well. There's also a fair amount of deck recursion here with the Super Celestia Saber and also Guzuko in the first place, that you potentially could set this up more than once, probably twice in a game. It would be difficult to set it up 3 times because you just probably don't have the enter to pull that off, but you could theoretically do that. So I just wanted to point out what that combo was before really going on and why we're going down this combo specific route. The next things that you can do is play, I play Anj here, but really you could play something cheaper if you really wanted to reduce your enter costs. So what I do is I like Anj, and the main reason is because Anj acts as a pseudo Machina in this deck. You've got the main phase level 1 that bounces a target level 2 or less Signy to the opponent's hand. But this Anj is 2 enter, bounce another Signy to the opponent's hand, and you can play black and get target black Signy back from your trash to your hand. Now you'll remember black Signy, and black Signy are what you need in the combo. Sister just needs to be in the trash for the combo to go off. So it's another way to enable your combos should you need it. The next thing is we've got Mel Revise. Again, this is just so that you get more enter, followed by Mel Present. I like Mel Present just because I like the idea of giving Lancer. It's a good way to enable this card, Kawasaki, to deal damage while not actually having the lane clear readily available in front of you yet. Once you get the combo going during that attack phase, you've got a lot of lane clearing ability to go. So I like Kawasaki to have maybe Lancer in order to do that kind of thing. I also like the idea of being able to recycle something, so something's going to get vanished, put target Signy from your enter zone into the field. Yes, it does not, the enter effects do not enter, and that's fine. You'll also notice that this costs 0 to do, so I'm kind of minimizing the cost a little bit here, allowing this to be our little bit of a slower, assist should we need it. I've got Aggressive Knight here. I don't know if it's the best version of the thing that you can run. I like it though. It gives you green and it gives you black, so you're going to give something negative 15k, as well as enter charge 3, which means that this is free. And again, I'm looking for ways to decrease my enter costs here in this deck, because a lot of that's going to have to probably go to the Guzuko to just pull things out of the trash and use her once per turn effect. So I like the idea that this is just gain and enter and kill something. So I went with this. I don't know if it's the best, but I think it's pretty good. The rest of the deck is pretty standard. Baphomet is there to help sort of get more stuff in your trash for you to set up this combo. Proto Energy is a nice way to have just like some white cards, but also specifically a way to filter for that combo again without actually trying to deck yourself out. Chirin gets you enter. Bang gets you enter. Both of those are really good at getting you enter. If I needed more enter, theoretically, you could also run Centurion, which is basically Chirin, but slightly better as long as you're running coins. And then there's Nanashi. Again, like I talked about the aggro deck, the Nanashi is just super, super, super powerful in this type of deck, so it's something that you want to run. Following that, we've got some more trash recursion in Animirage's Life Burst, but also Animirage is just very strong on its own. Amino Acid, because we needed just some more green for Mel's effects, but we also, this is a pretty good effect to just do. Theoretically, you could run Contempora here instead, but I didn't want to, mostly because I didn't think we'd have the enter to run Contempora. 4 Servants, per the usual. This Coella's could be Remember, now that I'm a little further into the meta. I think I value Remembers better than I value Coella's. I was putting a lot of Coella's early on into a lot of my decks. Donna helps you find the correct stuff, but mostly helps you find Servants early on. Again, you get those 3 coins early on, so you can use it for finding Servants in the early game. And then Exia's, again, if you're going to bring, like, if you're not comboing off and you want to bring stuff that's just valuable back, and that's toolboxy, Animirage open lanes, Nanashi open lanes, Amino Acid's good against the Black Mirrors. Exia would be really good against the just aggro decks in general, and then Remember or Coella here would be good in various matchups as well. So that's the Guzuko deck, more or less. It's, I think, pretty strong, and I think if no one knows what kind of combo you're doing here, it's a bit of a wacky combo. But if no one knows what you're doing and you set yourself up, you can do some serious damage in a turn, especially if they waste their L-rigs ahead of time. Tell me how you guys like it, tell me if you like Guzuko, and tell me what you plan to do with this center.